My name's Raina. I'm a Reiki master, healer, intuitive, empath, a humanitarian, and an entertainer. I have had a professional healing practice since 2000, and I love people, I love pets, and I really want to play a role in helping them flourish in well-being, and joy, and happiness, and feeling good in their bodies. And I want to share my healing gifts with more people and more pets around the world. Terry called me and asked me to help her cat, Lila Blue, heal through some physical ailments as well as some emotional ailments. And we decided it was best to do remote healing for Lila because she has a history of abuse and trust issues, and her home is her sanctuary, and often feels more anxiety come up just in having someone come over to her home. So it's beautiful that Reiki has the ability to help people and animals remotely.
You were setting her energy underneath
Her paws.
Right? Her paws,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one didn't...
And she was, right, during the session itself, it seemed like she wasn't, like she had a specific way she wanted to receive the energy, I remember. And she was showing me to put my hands underneath her paws, right?
Yeah. So what she usually will do after you do the sessions with her, she goes into that deep, that blissful sleep that they go into where they just look like they're smiling while they're sleeping, and, they do little purrs, and she doesn't like to be held very much. And I think that's probably the arthritis. She'll let me hold her for a second or two, and then she'll put me down. Yeah, so she's not, you can feel that she wants it, but there's something that holds her back.
Well, with my experience in general, is besides having had animals all my life and loved them more than anything in the world, I've worked as an animal advocate and educator, and I've worked professionally in animal rescue for over 20 years. Whether it's physical health issues, whether it's emotional or behavioral issues that they're experiencing with their animals. Sometimes people think they need to give animals up to a shelter or for adoption because things aren't working out in their home, and I try and help them work through that if possible. And just, educating people as to the spiritual being of the animals, that they have hearts and souls and feelings every bit as much as people do, and so to try and bring harmony between animals and their human companions. The Reiki and energetic healing definitely helps the animals as well as the humans. There's a bond between us, and when the animal or the human is out of balance, then the other is usually out of balance. So when there's healing with one, generally healing follows with the other. And it can be subtle healing just from feeling better, or not being stressed all the time as to why the animal that you love so much is having such a hard time. When they're feeling better and they're happier, we're happier. And in trying to heal them, oftentimes we learn to heal ourselves. So that makes a huge difference. Or we're also led to other ways of thinking about healing and about well-being, that we might not otherwise be. I've always found that when humans when they look to heal their animals, the doorways that open for them are amazing. Spiritual openings happen, emotional things. There's sometimes even total life changes. Just from one little healing session with an animal, I've seen that happen many, many times. Where you might think you're going one way and it just opens a doorway that leads you off on a whole different path. So I think animals are incredible teachers and healers themselves. And when we listen to them, their wisdom is far beyond most human sages. I really do believe that.
There's something about animals where they are just really, really receptive to energy in a different way than humans. I think humans have this natural, or maybe it's not natural, but they have this way of putting blocks up, psychological barriers. And So that's a whole different level of working in a session with somebody to help them feel safe enough to let those guards down. And some animals you'll come across that, but most, they are just kind of these energy sponges that are just so open, and they're so much more connected to the divine source, and throughout their whole life, throughout most of their existence, they're so much more connected in that way than we are. So I really love working with pets for that reason. I am a very humble and authentic healer that has an incredible gift to be able to share with the world, and I want to do so. And I really want to reach more people and more animals across the world and share this healing gift with them.